Hi, I'm Gary Jackson, Executive Vice President of AI Strategy for AiDisco. AiDisco is short for AI Discovery. Yeah, it's a cool music as well, disco. But the goal is that everything has changed around how we get answers, how we search for results. The whole market has changed very quickly, right under our feet, literally under our feet. So AiDisco launched back in May. Since May, you can see we have actually kind of set up sales partners all over the world, from San Francisco to New York to Toronto, down to Brazil, and then over to Europe, out of Spain, South Africa. Also, we've got some offices and sales partners set up in Thailand. Now, we're based out of Manila, Philippines. That's where I am right now. And our other headquarters is based out of Sydney, Australia. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about today is, why did things change? What is AI discovery? How is this going to affect you? And by the way, it is already affecting you without you even knowing it, which I think is just fascinating for it. So the first thing that I'd like to say is search is collapsing into a single answer. So as you do searches now, you probably see this by default. You'll look at your search engine and it basically has all these AI overviews or AI answers that pop straight up. Whether you're using Bing and there's ChatGPT, or whether you're using Google Chrome and there's Gemini answers. Or if you're just basically going directly to it with Perplexity or Claude, there are AI answers that basically collapsing everything together. And that's just the beginning, because right now, as it stands, 48% of searches now run through AI. Not 20%, not 15, 48% of searches. That means if you're not one of these AI answers, you're not going to be cited or be even looked at. You're kind of a ghost as a customer or brand. And what we're seeing right now from McKinsey and Gartner, they're basically showing that 350% year-over-year growth based on AI answers. So literally, it has changed underneath our feet. 95% is projected within 2 years that all AI will run search. I believe it'll be faster, within 18 months or so. So things to note, just to kind of put it out there. I believe that SEO and search engine optimization is still applicable, but we're going to be talking about like apples and oranges. A lot of people like to put AI answers in the same boat as search engine optimization. It is not. It is a totally different type of animal, although they do have a relationship together. But SEO is so 2020. What we're also going to be talking about is answers over links. That's what people are looking for. They're doing their own decision making while they're looking at answers over links. So one thing to note is that if you're not cited, you simply don't exist. So one of the things we want to talk about is not just becoming an AI answer. What are the questions that are bringing people to you as an answer? We at AiDisco call this a prompt universe. What are the prompts or the questions that bring you to customers? And one thing to note is a lot of people are completely bypassing the website that you built, that you spent so much time on. They're also just going directly to your email, going directly to call on you. So one of the things you're going to find is leads are going down. They're diminishing. However, but the leads that you do get go directly to closing. That's a very powerful. So one of the things is you'll see that some people will say, well, SEO is still strong because I get 1,000 visits to my website. But out of 1,000 visits to your website, you may get 50 closures. What we're finding with AI answers is if you get 50 people to your website, you get 49 closures. That's crazy numbers as we look at this. So one of the things we want to try to find out is, how much are you spending on SEO? And the more you spend on some of the SEO pieces, actually your visibility for AI answers goes down. But if you do spend on AI answers, your SEO visibility goes up. Again, apples and oranges, but there is a relationship there, which is very, very, very incredible. Now, one of the things that we want to make sure is as we're showing this, it's not just trying to find out the words that are bringing people to it. We want to know the questions, and that's where the prompts come in. And we also want to know, we break down your prompt universe into bio prompts, white space prompts. What are the prompts that always end up in a closure for you? That's very important. And actually, they're worth your time and your money as we go through this. We also call this your share of answer. Some people call it share of voice. But what is your share of answer for any pertinent question that's being asked? So as we go through that from a prompt universe, note that the prompt universe is wide open. Do you realize that 3% of the big companies, I'm talking the big ones, are basically even looking at AI answers? Now's the time, if you're a small company or a small law firm trying to compete with a bigger law firm or a big, trying to launch a new product, luxury brand, comparatively to a bigger luxury brand, now is your moment. Because you can actually go in there and be a David versus Goliath and win and be that AI answers, that top 3 or top 5 AI answers. There's zero incumbents. That's not going to last for very long. I would definitely say you're looking at a 6 to 9 month time frame or time horizon before all of the big names are trying to compete against you. But now it's the time to go in there and be able to do it. It is truly a wild, wild west as we're going in, because as you're looking at all the questions that are being asked, we really kind of focus in on what are the 150 prompts that are bringing people to you and making sure that you own those 150 prompts, even if the big boys or big girls come in there and trying to push you out. So how do we do this? AI Disco is not magic. It is not a one-man shop. It is a very technical implementation with a lot of moving parts. So the first thing we have to do is we have to build out trust. So we build out all your authority, your credibility signals. We want to make sure that you're a verified source, because AI is not going to put you as an answer if you're not verified and other people verify you for that. So we have to build up that trust perspective. And then there is a tech perspective as well. There's a schema and backend piece, so metadata and all the AI engine crawlers can see you and they know what questions you're going to respond to, so they can actually eat you up. Remember, AI is like Pac-Man. It's always eating Pac-Man pellets. I know that's a 1980s reference, but we're talking about, we call ourselves AI Disco, which is in the 70s, so I thought I'd bring it up. But AI is always eating, always learning. It is not static and passive like search engine optimization, where if it cited you or ranked you before, you're still going to be stuck in the cache. No, every 2 to 3 weeks, you have to be creating new content, new authority, and you have to make sure that your schema and your tech, what we call schema injection, is still working. And that goes to the third thing, content. You have to be prompt driven. Sometimes you have to write articles that are machine readable, not so much human readable, or too long didn't read. Make sure you have that human summary at the top and then break it down for the machine to kind of consume down below. And we're not alone with that. We also have to do socials. So you have to make sure that your socials are actually regurgitating the same answers so it can actually use that as an authority signal for you. The socials have to match all of this stuff. And most importantly, your call to action in your calendars. Whatever you have going on your website or any kind of links that you have, make sure those are easily readable by AI so when you're cited as an AI answer, they can go directly to you. Again, I see it in probably about 2 to 3 years, websites will be kind of obsolete. People will be going directly to sources to get information. And then finally, the loop back. We have to always be looking to see in real time, what is it that people are looking at? What are the questions people are asking? What are the questions that are being asked that you're not even answering? We call that white space. We'll get into that a little bit as well. And that's really kind of basically our framework. Now, we have 3 phases that AI Disco does to make sure that we make you an AI answer. First of all, we do an audit. So everyone and their brother seems to have a technology tool that does an AI audit for you in 60 seconds. And you'll get a bunch of results saying that, hey, you don't fit this criteria, you need to work on this criteria. What we do is take this step further. We will give you a DIY instruction set, step-by-step instructions, go on a deep dive. These are the questions people are asking. These are the questions your competitors are asking that you can sit on and squat on. And this is how you rebuild your website and rebuild your content to be able to do it. Now, we'll pass you that DIY. That's our full detailed enterprise audit. We'll even give you the prompt universe of all the questions you need to be aware of. And we'll pass it over to you. And you can do it yourself. So our goal is not to take away any positions or SEO strategist jobs or any of those things. We want to give you the instruction set to be able to rebuild it. However, if it's very detailed or too complicated for you to do, we do offer an implementation. So we'll do everything and get you cited within 30 days. That's kind of our focus. We deploy the strategy, we put out the schema, we execute the loop back, we bring all of that pieces together very, very quickly, and we get that implemented. And then lastly, which is the most important, you can't just sit on your hands after you do this. You have to do a refresher. Every 2 to 3 weeks, you have to be building out content, building out, and that's where we come in. We are a full human agency hybrid with AI. Our goal is to be able to, we can offer a retainer service that we can do a refresh every 2 to 3 weeks so you remain at that AI answer that we've gotten you up to. So that is kind of our 3 kind of phases that we go to win and own that answer that you're looking for. So as we're kind of talking about this, what does a universe look like? How would that possibly, what could a prompt universe actually look like? So let's just take let's take a law firm, for example. So if I wanted to look at a law firm and see, okay, what is their prompt universe and how does it expand? So what you can see here is we have this funnel where we have consideration, decision, and buyer. Buyer is that question that always results in a sale or the closest to a sale. And then consideration is where they're thinking about, answers that actually they might be able to move on. And then the decision is where they're making that A/B. Okay, do I call this one or do I talk to this one? Now, there's another one that's not in here. You see all the empty space in between? We call that the white space. What are the questions that people are asking right now that no one is answering that you can sit on and be able to answer and lead more people to you? And that is what we're doing. So, for example, like we want to look at all prompts. We're going to be looking at this. Basically, these are our buyer prompts. Best law firms to contact for legal help today. As we're doing an audit for you, we will find this is just a generic question, but for your specific law office or law firm, we will actually look to say, okay, what is the question that always brings people to a sale for you? And then the other ones, what are those contested ones? Those ones that people are talking about. Where can I schedule a free legal consultation? A question that they're asking that you can kind of own, or if other competitors are trying to grab, we can help you grab that question to be able to answer. But the most important ones is these ones that are kind of sitting in the ether, the empty spaces. We call those the white space. How much does it cost to hire a lawyer? Those generic questions. What should I bring to a first meeting with a lawyer? They seem like very basic generic questions, but you can own those questions with an answer that leads customers to you. And one of the things we want to make sure that you know is this prompt universe is not just to be able to make you an answer to certain questions. We're trying to make sure that you're not leaving any money on the table. The amount of money that you're actually spending for some of your search engine results or be able to go in certain directions, they get you ranked. But one of the things we want to make sure is we want to get you a sale. Everyone deserves an answer, and we definitely deserve that you need to make sure that you have an answer. And this goes across multiple verticals. So we do prompt universes for financial services, for casinos and gaming. We actually have some for luxury brand launches and for HR services, career counseling. We do it across manufacturing and for automation and tech services as well. So we would love to be able to kind of talk to you about what is it that you need. And remember, from an AI Disco perspective, we want to help you be discovered.